Hey everybody, Jason here. Driving home from work, Thursday afternoon. Maybe it's not wise to say what day it is, because who knows when I'll upload this video. Upload it on a Tuesday and be like, hey, it was Thursday that I recorded this, but I'm not uploading until Tuesday or Wednesday. Slacker. Anyway, just driving home from work. It's 70 degrees out. It's looks like it's gonna storm though. It's dark and cloudy. Looks like it might storm. I don't know. But it's nice out right now, so I'll take it. This is not gonna be a long video. This is just gonna be hopefully quick. I have been talking a little bit about, actually, I've done a lot of videos recently where I've been talking about some of the games that I've been playing on lunch breaks at work. Dungeon Mayhem and Age of War and stuff like that. I got Frazetta. I haven't played Frazetta yet, but I got Frazetta. But one of the reasons I haven't played Frazetta yet is I'm waiting on some sleeves for the cards, because the cards are really nice, really pretty artwork, and I want to get some sleeves for the I believe they use tarot size sleeves. My local game store shut down. This past Monday was its last day being open for a couple of weeks because of the COVID, the Wuhan that's going around, and I got some sleeves for my Age of War game, but I screwed up and forgot to grab the ones for Zeta. So I can probably go on Amazon and get some for $2 or $3, which I would like to support my local game store first. But if we're going to be playing these games on lunch breaks at work, and I need some sleeves, I probably have to go to Amazon, which, you know, not a big deal, but it's only a couple bucks. But anyway, another reason we haven't been playing Frazetta at all is because I also have picked up this Ultra Tiny Epic Kingdoms by Gamelin Games. It's just a smaller version, a more compact playing card box size version of Tiny Epic Kingdoms, and man, it's really cool. It's really fun. You can play between 1 to 5 players, and today at lunch, or today at work, I had lunch by myself. My other 2 gaming co-workers that I play with, one was out today. She was out, and my other friend, he was in a meeting he got pulled into a meeting while we were getting ready to play Age of War. So I put Age of War back in the box and I pulled out Ultra Tiny Epic Kingdoms. I've done it. There's a few really good YouTube videos out there on this game. There's a number of them actually, and the rule book is super easy to read. It's the size of a Magic the Gathering rule book, although a lot less rules. It's full color, it's glossy, it's got examples of play. I think the full rules, the full normal rules are like 20 or 30 pages, but a lot of that is just pictures showing you how to do setup and things like that. So it's really cool, but very super easy to learn how to play. Actually, there's a number of little cubes and little pieces, little like fiddly bits, I guess, chits or something, I guess. They're little wooden cubes is what they are for the game, and there's a ton of these little cubes, right? But you only really have like 10 to 15 per player, depending on what you're trying to do. So you don't even, like today I played by myself, so I had the 10 or 15 that I needed for me, 10 or 15 for the Phantom player that I was playing against, and the rest of them are just left in the bag. They're not needed. So there's a lot of little pieces, but you're not going to use all of them. But anyway, it's really cool. It's kind of a mixture of resource management. It's mostly resource management, but also like army building, and then 2 other things: tower building and magic research. And those 2 other things basically are all, those things are also resource management. By managing your resources, you build your tower. By managing your resources, you build, or you research magic. And then by managing resources, you build your army. And then, so you've got troop movements. You got special abilities depending on what faction you are, which is like what race you are. There's like elves, dwarves, humans, satyrs, dark elves, merfolk, things like that. Oh, it's starting to rain. But no, it's a really fun little game. It says on the box that the average playtime is 30 to 45 minutes. And once you learn the rules and you got the rules down pat, which they're pretty easy to learn, that's probably a very accurate assessment of the time it takes to play. One thing I like about it, Age of War is very, it's a mixture of, dice and cards. So, I mean, you play the dice from your hands, but the cards you don't play. The cards you collect. So, it's mostly dice rolling. But it's one of those games where it's got a mixture of luck and strategy. Maybe a slightly bit more luck than strategy, but it's a solid mixture of both. Whereas this it's all strategy. There's not really any luck involved, other than maybe the way you react to what your opponents do. That's really the only luck. What your opponents decide to do may be lucky for you or not lucky for you, but the way you react is all strategy. So it's like very, 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 very little luck and almost all strategy. But not the kind of strategy to where you have to think 12 steps ahead, or, you make one wrong move and the game's over. It's not that complicated. It's complicated enough strategy-wise for me, who's not really a board gamer, to get a good it's a fun amount of strategy, I would say, for me, because I'm not brand new to board gaming, but it's not really my focus as far as gaming goes. So it's a good amount, I would say. If you're looking to get into something that's a good game for beginners, that's strategy focused but not complex, it's a good game. It's a great game. I think that if you are an experienced and seasoned gamer that does a lot of strategy-based stuff, and you're playing with a group that doesn't do a lot of strategy-based stuff, you'll probably do real well. But if you're playing against other people that are really, experienced with strategy and stuff, it would probably be a nice, fun, competitive game. But you can form alliances. You don't have to fight and kill everybody, because it's not that kind of game. You can't destroy every army. What happens is, once certain conditions are met in the game, you can bring about the end of the game, and then once that happens, you count up your victory points. So there's never going to be a point where a player is knocked out of the game. If you're playing till the end, which I think is awesome. Whereas if you're playing in, say, Dungeon Mayhem, again, I've only referencing a couple of games because that's all I really play. If one person gets knocked out, there's not much they can really do typically, unless you're using a rules variant or something. But anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna. There's not a ton that I can really say about the game right now because I've only played one game of it, and that was a solo game. But I hope to get my friends playing it maybe tomorrow or next week or something. But anyway, Ultra Tiny Epic Kingdoms by Gamelyn Games. I think you guys should check it out. Actually, I like the game so much that I am going to pick up the regular Tiny Epic version of it, and not just have the Ultra Tiny. The bigger version comes in a nice big box about the size of a box of checks that you would get from the bank or something. And it's got the bigger pieces. It's got meeples instead of little cubes, and all your cards are bigger size and stuff, and it's much more detailed as far as art and things like that go. So anyway, check it out, man. It's really cool. And Gamelyn Games has a lot of other stuff too. They got a really cool Tiny Epic Zombies looks awesome. Tiny Epic Tactics looks really good. Tiny Epic Galaxies looks really good. They got a lot of really cool looking games. So, and there's lots of videos on YouTube about them. So, if you've had any experience with the games, let me know below. And hope you guys are staying safe out there. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from each other, unless you can't do that. And hope you guys are staying safe. And we will talk to you all later. Peace.